you mentioned Kendrick Davis. Is Kendrick Davis the best player Penny has had at Memphis?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, from a talent perspective, no. Obviously
no,
not.
not NBA talent.
But
I don't think that's what we're discussing.
But is he
right?
the best college player that Penny's ever coached? Yes. I think so.
My gosh.
I mean, what are your Jeremiah Martin?
It
Precious
becomes tough
Achiuwa,
with me because it's
Jalen
like
Duren.
if you're talking about the sum of every single game and that points per game average at the end of the year and what he provides game to game, yes. But like if I'm looking at particular stretches of basketball and what guys were able to do in stretches of good basketball for the Tigers, I think Jalen Duren is up there as well.
Yeah, Duren.
Like what
Duren
he did last
yeah.
year down the stretch and that in getting them into the tournament and how dominant he was, I think I would lean there because I think that the ceiling was higher when he was playing at that level.
The only reason I say Kendrick Davis over Jalen Duren is because of the position that he plays, and I think he can impact the game more. I think he can impact the game more as a point guard than a center, and that's pretty obvious basketball knowledge, but that's why I lean that way. And it feels like, especially in college basketball, if you have the best player on the floor, you obviously
especially guards,
you have a much better chance of winning the games. And with the way that Kendrick Davis gets to the foul line, with the way that he can pass, with the way that he's been shooting as of late, I think Kendrick's the best player.
I do think also when we discuss this, you have to have the built-in crutch of Kendrick he's been in college for a long time. He has a lot of experience under his
if
belt.
Jalen Duren stayed in college 4 years, he absolutely would be.
That's interesting, man. That's a tough question. I'm gonna lean for the stretch last year what Jalen Duren was able to do, but I agree with your point about if you take Kendrick Davis off this team, what are they? If you took Jalen Duren off that team last year, what are they? I don't know if I think the difference, the value that Kendrick Davis brings to this team is a little bit more than what Jalen Duren brought to last year's team.
Right. And I think Precious was awesome, but it never really felt like with him being so limited offensively, it never felt like Precious can just go carry you on his shoulders and win a game. Not that he didn't, because there was a game or two.
I remember saying, get him a touch every time down the floor.
Like the Tulane game. I don't know if you remember that win to overtime. I think he had like 28 and 22 or something like that. So could he do it? Yes. But every game, did you feel like since we have Precious, we can win this game? Not as much so as
yeah, and he was also with Precious playing out of position in a lot of ways. So it's just it was a hard eval and hard for him to really fit into
and he was 18
role
years
that
old.
he expected to fit in. And that's yes,
yeah.
Correct.